Hello everybody, welcome to this new tutorial. Today we're gonna learn how to do this 3D camera movement in CapCut. So first step is to arrange the assets and basically create a composition. You can use any assets you want. I will provide you with the assets I'm using right now. But yeah, you can basically just get them from AI or just from some pack around. The idea here is to have as many layers as possible to make it better, but at the same time, if your computer cannot get too many layers, you can just use 3 or 4. The idea is that you take inspiration from this and use it as you can with the capabilities you have. We will also be talking about keyframes in this tutorial, so if you want to go more in depth, you can check the first tutorial on my channel. So now I'm just making it a little bit longer, and now we go to step 2. Step 2 is to create the keyframes. So I will start by adjusting at the beginning of each asset. I will just create a full keyframe. So before I start with the keyframes, what I will do is I will create a compound clip of everything. So I just duplicate everything and create a compound clip. And in this compound clip, I will just preview basically what I will do, so I can have an idea of how the thing will look like, right? So I will just create this preview. Okay. So now we go back with the keyframes. So I already put the keyframes at the beginning of each clip, and now we're going to scene 1. So scene 1, we just adjust our first character, and we start to move all of the assets accordingly, okay? So it doesn't necessarily has to be exact, so we can just sort of move them around. If we're making some things bigger, so we should make the other ones as well bigger. But also, like, the fact that it's not perfect, it also gives us this movement that, I don't know, for me it looks good. So now we just create second scene here. We do the same, we adjust all of the assets to this same size needed, so it looks more realistic. So it's important to leave the bar in the same place every time while we're doing this, of course. So it's also important to always move the assets. Doesn't matter if you cannot see them in the scene, and you have to like move them and sort of guess where they should be. It doesn't have to be exact. So next scene, we're gonna go to the moon, right, or to the sun that is above the character. So for that, we just basically move everything down, because we're simulating a 3D camera that CapCut doesn't actually have, right? So we gotta get a little creative here. So yeah, so this is basically, okay, so here I got confused with the moon, the sun, so just fix that, and this is how it looks. Okay, and for the end of the clip, what we will do to make it faster, if we just copy the first keyframe and just paste it at the end, so we can return to the beginning basically. And now this will look like this. So this is not finished, this is still a little bit, so we now have to smooth the keyframing, right? So for that, we will open keyframe animation, and yeah, basically just smooth all of them. So inside each one, we have to smooth the scale, the X and the Y. Now this takes like maybe 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how many assets are you doing. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but in total, like, the whole animation shouldn't take you more than 15 minutes. So I think it's worth it. You get a nice scene. So look how it looks now. It's way more smooth every time that the camera stops. Now I got here something wrong, because the leaves, they shouldn't be seen in that part, right? So we just arrange that. Now to finish, we just make the last details. We create now another compound clip from everything, so we can like edit without having to move everything, so we just can make it faster. And the final touch I like to do is to put a pendulum effect and very low everything, and it just gives it like this a little bit motion to the animation, right? So yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you find this valuable. Please feel free to let me know in the comments what else would you like me to cover here in this channel, and I will make sure to check that out.